There is something most people never talk about openly, but many begin to notice after the age of 50. A strange change in body odor. Not stronger, not necessarily worse, just different. Some describe it as sour. Others say it smells slightly sharp, almost like vinegar. And what makes it confusing is this: it can appear even when hygiene has not changed. Same soap, same routine, same habits. Yet the scent coming from the skin feels unfamiliar. If this has happened to you, you are not alone. And more importantly, this change is often not about cleanliness. It may be related to how the body evolves with age. Because the human body is never truly silent. It is constantly sending signals. Sometimes through energy levels, sometimes through sleep changes, and sometimes through scent. Body odor is not random. It is influenced by hormones, by metabolism, by the microbiome living on the skin, and by subtle shifts happening inside the body over time. Understanding these signals may help you respond early. And sometimes, small awareness can lead to meaningful improvements in daily comfort and confidence. If you are over 50 and have noticed changes in body odor, comment the word "aware" below. It helps more people find information that supports healthy aging. Many people assume sweat itself smells bad. But fresh sweat is actually mostly odorless. The scent develops when sweat interacts with bacteria living on the skin. We have two main types of sweat glands. Eccrine glands produce watery sweat that helps regulate body temperature. Apocrine glands produce a thicker fluid containing proteins and lipids. These glands are concentrated in areas like the underarms and chest. As we age, the composition of sweat begins to change. Research suggests that the skin microbiome also shifts over time. Certain bacteria become more active. One of these is Staphylococcus epidermidis. Normally, this bacterium lives peacefully on the skin, but changes in skin chemistry may allow it to produce enzymes that transform compounds in sweat into acidic byproducts. One of those byproducts is acetic acid. Acetic acid is the main compound found in vinegar. Other bacteria may produce propionic acid, another compound associated with sour odor. When these compounds evaporate from the skin surface, the nose detects a sharp, slightly acidic scent. This does not necessarily mean something is wrong. It simply reflects changes happening in skin chemistry. And skin chemistry evolves with age. Just like metabolism evolves. Just like sleep patterns evolve. Healthy aging involves learning how to interpret these signals without panic. One important factor is hormone balance. Hormones influence how much oil the skin produces. They influence skin thickness. They influence the protective barrier known as the acid mantle. The acid mantle is a very thin film on the surface of the skin. It helps maintain a slightly acidic pH, usually between 4.5 and 5.5. This acidity helps control the growth of odor-producing bacteria. After the age of 50, hormone levels begin to shift. Estrogen declines in women. Testosterone gradually decreases in men. These changes may lead to drier skin, reduced collagen, and a slightly higher skin pH. When skin becomes less acidic, certain bacteria may multiply more easily. At the same time, apocrine sweat may become richer in lipids and fatty acids. These compounds can serve as fuel for microbes that generate stronger scent molecules. Research suggests that the balance of skin microbiota becomes less stable with age. This does not mean unhealthy. It simply means different. And when conditions change, scent can change too. If you have noticed your skin becoming drier after 50, you are observing part of the same biological transition. The body is adapting, and sometimes scent is simply part of that adaptation. Sometimes, body odor can also reflect metabolic changes happening inside the body. One example is glucose metabolism. When insulin sensitivity decreases, the body may rely more heavily on fat metabolism for energy. This process produces compounds called ketones. One ketone, acetone, has a slightly sweet or sour smell. Some people describe it as similar to fermented fruit or vinegar. Research suggests this can occur when blood sugar regulation becomes less stable. Another internal factor may involve kidney function. The kidneys help remove waste compounds such as urea. When kidney filtration becomes less efficient, urea may accumulate in the bloodstream. Some of it may be released through sweat. Bacteria on the skin can convert urea into ammonia. Ammonia has a sharp odor that can combine with acidic compounds to produce unusual scent changes. Liver function can also influence body odor. The liver helps process sulfur-containing compounds from food. When detoxification becomes less efficient, certain volatile compounds may circulate longer in the bloodstream. These compounds may contribute to unusual scent profiles. None of this means that odor automatically indicates disease, but persistent changes may be worth discussing with a healthcare professional, especially if combined with symptoms such as fatigue, unusual thirst, or unexplained weight changes. Awareness is not fear. Awareness supports prevention. If this information is helpful so far, comment "health" below. It helps us create more evidence-based content for adults over 50. Some medications may influence perspiration patterns. Certain antidepressants may stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. This can increase sweating frequency. More sweat means more interaction between microbes and skin compounds. Some medications may also alter metabolic pathways. Changes in metabolism can influence the types of molecules released through the skin. Diet can also play a role. High-protein diets may increase nitrogen-containing waste products. Low-carbohydrate diets may increase ketone production. Both situations may influence body scent. Fermented foods, alcohol, garlic, and spices can also contribute to subtle changes in body odor. None of these foods are inherently harmful, but individual responses vary. After 50, the body may process certain compounds differently than before. Hydration levels also matter. When fluid intake is low, sweat concentration may increase. More concentrated sweat may produce stronger odor signals. Often, simple adjustments in hydration and nutrition may help balance these effects. Supporting the skin microbiome may help maintain balanced body odor. Gentle cleansing products that preserve the skin barrier are often recommended. Harsh soaps may disrupt the protective acid mantle. Ingredients such as zinc compounds have been studied for their ability to help neutralize odor-causing molecules. Zinc may also help reduce the activity of certain odor-producing bacteria. Breathable fabrics such as cotton may allow better airflow. Reduced humidity around the skin may limit bacterial overgrowth. Balanced nutrition supports metabolic stability. Adequate fiber intake may support gut microbiome diversity. Stable blood sugar patterns may help reduce excess ketone production. Regular medical checkups may help identify early metabolic changes. Early awareness often allows earlier lifestyle adjustments. Healthy aging does not require perfection. It requires attention. Small adjustments can produce meaningful comfort improvements over time. A change in body odor after 50 is not a flaw. It may simply be information. The body communicates through many channels: energy, sleep, skin, scent. Understanding these signals may support better decisions, and better decisions may support long-term vitality. Many biological transitions occur gradually, often without dramatic symptoms. Sometimes, subtle signals appear first. Learning to notice these signals may support proactive aging, not reactive aging. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-based insights about healthy aging. And share this video with someone who values prevention over guesswork. Your future health is influenced by what you understand today. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider regarding personal health concerns. Stay informed, stay observant, and continue supporting your body with knowledge.